breaking from Camp Nou. FC Barcelona are finally showing signs of life after their 3-1 win over Elche, and Hansi Flick couldn't hide his delight. One key stat from that game made the manager very happy, as Barca's famous high-pressing identity returned in full force. Meanwhile, fresh tension brews between Barcelona and the Spanish national team over Lamine Yamal's fitness, and there's drama surrounding Marc-Andre Ter Stegen's recovery story. Stick around, we've got all the inside details from the Camp Nou and beyond. One Barcelona stat from the Elche clash that delighted Flick report. There has not been much to smile about for Hansi Flick and FC Barcelona since the beginning of the 2025-26 season. Injuries have prevented the Catalan club from playing their best football this campaign. After being wounded in the Clásico against Real Madrid, Barcelona tasted victory against Elche, securing a 3-1 win over the newly promoted side. It was not a vintage performance from a team that had less possession than their opponents. Despite this, according to Mundo Deportivo, one aspect of Barcelona's game against Elche made Flick very happy: the team's desire to win the ball back high up the pitch and force dangerous turnovers. This was a constant feature of Flick's Barcelona last season, with the high press leading the way, but it has been non-existent so far this campaign. Against Elche, however, the team managed to win the ball back 14 times in opposition territory. Both of Barcelona's first 2 goals were a result of this press. Alejandro Balde won the ball and set Lamine up for the first, while Fermin was at his infectious best, taking advantage of a slip to set Ferran up for the second. Of course, these turnovers also happened because of Elche's stubborn decision to play out from the back, but they would not have been possible without a coordinated Barcelona press. Flick will be happy with his team showing this desire and will want to ensure they continue to do more of the same in the games to come. Trouble brewing: Barcelona and Spanish national team could clash again over Lamine Yamal's involvement. According to a recent report from Sport, tension could be quietly resurfacing between Barcelona and the Spanish national team over the management of Lamine Yamal's fitness. The 18-year-old prodigy, who has been dealing with lingering pubalgia issues, is once again caught in the middle of club and country priorities. Yamal has not been operating at full strength for weeks, and Barcelona's medical staff have been carefully managing his minutes to prevent the discomfort from escalating. The club believes the teenager would benefit from a period of rest to allow his recovery to progress steadily, a view that Spain coach Luis de la Fuente reportedly does not fully share. What's the matter? The matter has become a delicate point of discussion between both sides. Barcelona are concerned because Yamal's physical condition has not yet reached 100%, and they fear a recurrence similar to what happened earlier this season. Hansi Flick had previously expressed frustration after Yamal returned from Spain's September camp with an aggravated injury, having played over one. Although the tension between Flick and de la Fuente has since eased, communication between the two camps is described as limited, particularly when it comes to managing Yamal's workload. Despite Barcelona's preference to rest their teenage sensation, the reality is that Yamal has been a regular starter since the October international break. He has featured in every match since, accumulating 317 minutes. Luis de la Fuente seems to see things quite differently when it comes to Lamine Yamal's situation. From the Spain coach's point of view, if the young winger is fit enough to feature for Barcelona in big games like El Clásico and the Champions League, then he should also be ready to represent his country in crucial World Cup qualifiers. That means Yamal's potential call-up for Spain's upcoming matches against Georgia and Turkey will likely depend on how he's used by Hansi Flick in the game against Club Brugge. All eyes are on that fixture to see whether the Barcelona boss decides to give the teenager a rest or keep him involved despite his fitness concerns. Meanwhile, former La Masia talent Ferran Jutgla is set for an emotional reunion with Barcelona this weekend. Now shining at Rayo Vallecano, the 26-year-old will face his boyhood club in La Liga, a moment that holds special significance for him. Speaking on Catalunya Radio, Jutgla confessed that it's been a week full of emotions, especially with another meaningful match on the horizon, Club Brugge versus Barcelona, a team he also represented with pride. He admitted that he's both excited and nostalgic about facing Barcelona, calling it a dream moment, but promised to give everything for his current team when the whistle blows. When I hear about this game, I get really excited for Bruges because they are Barca fans there. During the years I was there, I always wanted to play against them, he confessed. It will be a very difficult atmosphere for Barca because they press hard and play with a lot of intensity. Barca will have to give their best to win. Warning to Barcelona. The Spaniard warned his former teammates about the challenges awaiting Barcelona at the Jan Bradel Stadium. It will be difficult for two reasons: the atmosphere and the football. Playing there is not easy, but Bruges have quality and will compete for the game, he observed. Although he would have relished playing in such a fixture during his time at Brugge, Jutgla now has his focus set firmly on the weekend. I would have loved to play this game when I was there, but that's football. We're playing Barca this week and it will also be a special game for me. I'm really looking forward to playing against them and beating them, he said with a smile. Growth after leaving Barcelona. Reflecting on his journey, Jutgla acknowledged how much he has grown since leaving Barcelona. I left when I was 22 and I've matured a lot, especially as a person. My mindset and mentality have evolved. Leaving home and being in uncomfortable environments makes you grow. I'm a much more mature person, he shared. When asked about Barcelona's current forward line, the forward revealed which player he relates to most. Yes, with Ferran. I think he's a role model for many players because of his mentality, because he's overcome difficult situations when everyone was criticizing him or laughing at him. He's performed at a very high level and I pay a lot of attention to him. I've told him that. He's an example for many, Jutgla said. Can he fit in today's Barcelona? The forward was also realistic when asked if he could have fit into today's Barcelona setup. Yes, sometimes you think about it, but that's just speculation. I'm happy with the decision I made. Thinking about what might have happened is pointless, he said with honesty. Looking ahead to the weekend clash, Jutgla expressed his faith in his teammates. I have a lot of confidence in my team and the staff. We'll approach the game in the best way possible and use our weapons to get the 3 points. We want to continue climbing the table, he said confidently. Will he celebrate against Barcelona? Finally, when asked whether he would celebrate if he scores against his former club, Jutgla was clear. Goals are a cause for celebration, but I have enormous respect for Barca because it was the club that made me famous. I've never been in this situation before, but I don't think I would celebrate, he admitted. He further explained his reasoning, showing deep gratitude. When you score, you get an adrenaline rush. But I'm very grateful to the clubs that have nurtured me and given me opportunities. Barca is one of them, and I wouldn't celebrate out of respect, he concluded. Controversial Barcelona star's self-diagnosed recovery period has already elapsed. One controversy that was the talk of Barca's summer was Marc-Andre Ter Stegen's situation. FC Barcelona signed Joan Garcia from Espanyol, and this put the German shotstopper's career in jeopardy. To make matters worse, Ter Stegen reported for pre-season training in early July feeling discomfort in his lower back. After several days of limited activity, he announced on July 24 that he would undergo surgery to resolve the recurring issue. The operation took place on July 29 in Bordeaux, performed by Dr. Amélie Leglise under the supervision of Barcelona's medical officer Ignace Moix. Post-surgery, Ter Stegen took to social media to post that it would take him 3 months to recover from his back surgery, using it as a power play against the club. Barcelona wanted to use his injury to allocate 80% of his wages towards registering summer signing Joan Garcia. However, to do so, Ter Stegen had to be ruled out of action for at least 4 months. According to Mundo Deportivo, Ter Stegen's self-diagnosed recovery period has already elapsed on October 29, yet the player has not returned to training on the pitch. He is not expected to return to action before late December or early January. This clearly shows that the goalkeeper acted in a bid to sabotage the club and prevent them from registering Joan. Eventually, after being unceremoniously stripped of his captaincy, the German gave in and signed the medical document. It is a shame to see a Barcelona captain behave in this way and provide a false statement about his recovery when it was clear as day that he would be out for a significant period. In Ter Stegen's absence, the likes of Frenkie de Jong and Rafinha have worn the armband with far better leadership, and it is only fair that Barcelona move on from the German and appoint one of the two as the permanent club captain going forward. And there you have it, Kules. Hansi Flick finally got the reaction he wanted from his team. Barcelona's pressing game is back, and the fight for form continues. But off the pitch, questions remain about Lamine Yamal's fitness management and Ter Stegen's controversial recovery timeline. What do you think about all this drama at Camp Nou? Should Flick keep pushing the high press, and should Yamal be rested for Spain duty? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share for more exclusive Barca updates every day.